Aries Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to support the space, everything you need to know is in the description box below. Or if you want to book a private reading, follow me over on Instagram. Yada yada, the end. Moving on. Okay? We're going to read for the masculine, we're going to read for the feminine side of this connection, and then we're going to read for the truth about this connection, okay? To see what the challenges are on both sides that's maybe delaying this connection, which we know all delays are divine. It's all orchestrated as part of what is inevitably going to be the truth part of this, which is justice at the bottom here. Could be dealing with a Libra. Libra is your yes, it is your polarity sign. I thought for a minute I was doing Capricorn. You could be dealing with the Capricorn. We got the 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. So there is a lot of earth energy. You could have some strong earth placements in your chart. Ooh. So on the masculine side, I feel like they've been waiting for this feminine to work on, with the 8 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. It's like they've been waiting for this feminine to work on their own personal stability, because you could be dealing with a very strong feminine, which true divine feminines are all strong. I don't know why I batted my eyelashes like that, because there could be some sort of misconception, common misconception about this feminine from others who are not tapped into their divinity, that maybe see this feminine as being very harsh or hyper independent, or like too much of a challenge, you know. I was getting the term soy boys, which of course, as a vegan channel and a vegan advocate, we know that's not true. Okay, because look at the strongest animals, right? Pound for pound are herbivorous. So it's more like estro boys, the ones who are actually getting the mammalian estrogen versus phytoestrogen. I don't know, maybe there's some sort of debate about that, of like what it means to be a man or be a woman or be a masculine or be a feminine, right? We've got the 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of competition for this feminine, but it seems like the 6 of Wands clarifying the Page of Pentacles, which is a very slow, methodical masculine, right? So we have the King of Cups. This is a masculine who wants to come in with a lot of emotionality. They want to come in with their whole heart, whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it's like, I'm getting this scene from Tombstone where he says, and hell's coming with me, but I'm getting like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. So it's like, and heaven's coming with me. You tell him heaven's coming with me. It's like this masculine knows that they are in their divinity, and wands are very fast energy. It's the fastest energy, and pentacles are the slowest, right? And so this is a slow moving masculine. They know that their process is going to be the most effective, where there's all these little, like, okay, fuck boys, we'll just call them, that are like trying to block this connection. They're trying to come in with this like fast energy, and you know, it's very easy. It's like a lot of pages of wands. It's like this masculine knows they could be younger. This could be a younger masculine, but we have the King of Cups here, so you know, it's like they know, they could have grown up, maybe the masculine grew up raised by elders, like they grew up in a very slow living, or they grew up like in a rural area where life is slow. Life is not fast. Like this gives me like the city, and this gives me the country. So this could be a masculine that's coming in with like a very slow, grounded. I mean, they could be they could have strong water placements, and they're approaching maybe a feminine earth sign or a feminine fixed sign. And so they're coming in to match their energy, because it's like, yes, that's what I want. Even if the masculine is an Aries, which would be cardinal fire, double fire, you think it would be very fast, but the Emperor, which represents Aries, and Capricorn, I am getting a lot of Capricorn energy, and Capricorn and Aries are both represented by the Emperor. So that cardinal energy is the leader. It's very fast moving in a lot of ways, but an Emperor does not make any moves toward any feminines but their Empress. They do not make any moves toward low vibrational endeavors. They don't look for anything that's easy. There's someone who thinks things through. They make decisions, like they're very sure of themselves, so they may make decisions quickly, but they don't, their actions are well planned, and what they bring in and what they bring to the table is very solid. So they're bringing in, with this offer, this Page of Pentacles, they're bringing the Six of Wands. So it's like they recognize, and see, it's kind of like all these 5 wands behind them are like, nah, these little bitches here that are like, nah, like, we want her. But these are masculines. These are like subpar masculines. The Family Man, which I believe Nicolas Cage is a Capricorn, and where he's going through his glimpse version of himself. He's going through his closet, and he comes from the city, and then he goes to this, not a slow-paced life, because they've got children and a dog, and it's like a different type of chaos. But that is usually the more challenging chaos, because it takes patience, obviously, to raise children and to, have dogs and to be in a long-term marriage and commitment. A family represents, that's pentacle energy, that represents, patience, and you have to plan and adjust in a different way, like in the fast-paced stock world, money, and buy, sell, or whatever he does, whatever his company does. It's like I think they buy companies and then sell them or something, but it's very fast-paced, and yeah, he looks like he is very successful monetarily, but he has no success in love. Anyway, he's looking through his closet, his glimpse virgin closet. He's like, oh, this is just subpar. So it's kind of like where these others, like, they won't even know what to do with this feminine. They just want her because she's an Empress. Because an Emperor is not going to pursue anyone that's not an Empress. So they see she has something they want, this feminine, but they don't know why they want it or what they would do with it. This masculine, right, this divine masculine, knows what they're going to do with it. And I am getting a Christmas thing. So that, again, is Sagittarius and Capricorn energy, but Capricorn in particular, with this, and this is Leo energy with the Six of Wands. But see how they're coming in on the white horse? And sixes always represent that agape love, self-love. So this is someone who recognizes their value. Like, they know that there's no competition. And so there's all these people fighting in the background, and this masculine's like, I'll show you what to do. And they're coming in like just in the nick of time. Somebody's name could be Nick. I'm also with the Christmas getting with Nick Cage, but I'm also getting Saint Nick. And this is like someone who's kind of like a saint. So this could be a masculine that's very humble, modest. This is somebody who saves their money. They may wear like very modest clothing. That reminds me of Sweet November. So maybe something about November, December with the wreath, like Christmas time, the holiday season could be important here. You could have met this person during that time, or you will meet this person during that time, or you might meet this person now, and during the holiday season things might really progress to the next level, whatever that means for your connection. But it's this could also be like a blast from the past, like the one that got away or something. I actually got some coffee at a place called Buffalo Bison, and so it's like white bison, and so it's like the white buffalo, it's like, there could be like that you know, that one that got away sort of element. But that's not because there was mistreatment in the past or anything. This could be a masculine who had to grow up, right? And like had to go away to like come back to themselves and realize their value and stuff. Because you have to realize your value in order to realize the value of things outside of yourself, right? It doesn't happen the other way around. You know, it's not like, oh, everything around me is valuable, now I'm worthy. You have to realize your self-worth with the Six of Wands first. But in Sweet November, she gives all of, he's very fast-paced. She slows him down, and Keanu Reeves, I don't know what Charlize Theron is, or Theron. I think it's pronounced Theron. But Keanu Reeves is a Virgo, and again, I don't know what she is. I should know, but I don't know. But she like slows him down, and she gives all of his clothes away, like his $2,000 suit or whatever, and she gets him to a point 11:11 on the clock there. So this is like divine timing. So it is the right timing. So whether this is a past life love, because sixes are also like soulmate energy, and the Six of Swords is that coming in like for the rescue. And in both of these, it is like a short-haired blonde feminine, so there could be a light-haired, short-haired feminine that kind of like saves the masculine. Also getting, Pretty Woman, where it's like, she saves him right back. What happens when the prince rescues the princess? She rescues him right back, or whatever. So this is like a mutual rescue sort of thing, where it's like the masculine comes in, but it actually, I think, is going to be like a salvation for the feminine as well, because there is like a saintly aspect. But like saints, they're very modest, they're not flashy, and, it's like, in Sweet November, she says, it's just clothes, like, they just cover your body, why do you care? And I was just talking to my friend about, maybe someone's from California, but in California, I guess there's this thing about, like, Russian wardrobes, where, like, nothing matches, and there's, like, I don't know, there's, like, a large community of Russians in a certain area, and they will walk around with this, very particular style, and I guess if you're there, you know what that is. I am not from there, I'm from the other Bay Area. So maybe there's something with that. All right, let's see on the feminine side. The Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. So there's a lot of fixed pentacle energy here, Taurus energy there, Ace of Swords. Ooh, there it is, 11:11. Ooh, and 13:13 on the clock when I just said that. The Four of Wands. This is divine union. And there's that Six of Swords. There's the rescue coming in. And see, this person, this feminine's kind of been in their own boat. I'm getting the, same boat. Like, this feminine has probably been in boats with other people. Like, same ocean, different boat, or same boat, but you're rowing in different directions. Like, they've always been with that conflicting, or that conflict energy of the Five of Wands, is like, it's like there's constant competition. No, we're going this way. No, we're going this way. And so, yes, this feminine has probably developed the need, like a survival need, to be hyper independent or to be hyper vigilant, because I was getting the Queen of Swords there. Yeah, we've got Strength and the Magician. Yeah, this feminine has had to alchemize all by themselves. But, I'm getting, was it Ronda Rousey? Is that her name? The fighter? I don't know what her zodiac sign is. Maybe that's important here. But RR possibly. But this is like a feminine, like, that could be very physically strong build, could be like a very tall, strong feminine, like a very sturdy feminine, and maybe, and if not, that could just be this could be a petite little thing. I had a Spanish teacher who used to say, big things come in small packages, and she was a very petite woman. And so she would kind of, I had a friend, Nikki, at the time, so it was Nikki, please, and we just terrorized that poor teacher. We were just terrors. But I digress. I don't know, that could relate to somebody, but yeah, this could be kind of like a feminine with a past of being kind of a hooligan, because of where life took them, or maybe they kind of got out of their home early, maybe they were emancipated. There could be something where this feminine like just presents as being very strong and intimidating to a lot of people. So again, these other masculines are like, we want it, because they're actually in their false feminine, which, like, a divine masculine can be in their divine feminine, but a false masculine can only be in a false feminine. So, it's unhealthy, it's imbalanced, it becomes toxic, right? Because they're not supposed to lead with femininity because they are a masculine. So masculines lead with masculine, but they have the ability to settle into a feminine energy, or pull from and resource from their femininity, and vice versa with feminines. But yeah, it's just like it's like they want mommies. They want someone to like take care of them. And this feminine's like, just because I appear like this badass doesn't mean. And this blue reminds me of Avatar, where it's like, she's a badass. They're like, I see you. This masculine sees this feminine, and this feminine has never really been seen for anything other than like, and I'm doing this like the external. There's something about that, but it's like, blue is important here, which is the throat chakra, which is the magician. It's mercurial energy. It's Gemini, Virgo, and Taurus. But this encompasses all signs, because the magician is the alchemist. It's the divine alchemist. So they know how, they're the elementalists. You could be a life path 4, because that is what the elementalist is. But this is someone who alchemizes 4, as in from all 4 elements. And it's like when you harvest, or when you gather, the 5th element. I'm getting the 5th element, Lilu and Zehelu. Something about Lou. Someone's name could be Lou, last name Lewis. Maybe something about Fort Lewis, Washington. I don't know why. So Washington could be important, or the West Coast. Lana Del Rey, out on the West Coast, they got a saying, if you're not drinking, then you're not playing. You've got them. So this could be someone who practices sobriety or restraint. This, I feel like both of the, I'm saying like characters, because it does feel like a love story that is made for the movies kind of thing. And it's like this, I feel like this feminine has never really even seen themselves as clearly as they will when this masculine comes in and meets them, third eye to third eye blind. So this feminine could have to do some work on their third eye. Pineal gland. All right. These are very strong. Don't lose hope. Feminines, don't lose hope. And if you are the Aries feminine, then yeah, you are in very masculine energy. You're cardinal fire as your primary placement. Yeah, that's going to make you a very strong, formidable woman or feminine. So yeah, we got the 6 of Pentacles here. This is somebody, this masculine wants to come in and pursue something that has legs to stand on. Ooh, I think they like this feminine's legs quite a bit. But it's kind of like this kickstand. Someone could ride a bike. Yeah, I am getting someone who like rides a bike Also another Nick Cage film. My favorite of his is City of Angels, where Meg Ryan, also another short-haired blonde feminine. I think that just looks good with him. Maybe I don't know. It just looks like good with those tall. And Keanu Reeves and Nick Cage are friends, or were friends, or whatever. Like Nick Cage got Keanu into acting. But anyway, I digress. So maybe somebody's an actor or wants to be an actor, but it's like there's something about, like, I get like a theater actor though, like it's a humble actor. So if you are an actor, or if you are in the arts, it's like you got into it maybe by doing like street art or something like street performing. I'm also getting Brendan Fraser, Sagittarius, where he's the puppet, not the puppet master, but maybe that movie is important, but where he's a street performer in the movie Still Breathing, which is another beautiful romantic film where he and the men in his family are able to have visions. They have visions of their soulmate, and then they find them. And so he's going for this one, and that one, the feminine is the runner. So there could be something where like the feminine is more of a runner, which in Sweet November, like she's kind of the runner in that too. But anyway, there's something about that where it's like I'm getting like a wild horse. That's my favorite by the Rolling Stones. So somebody could like the Rolling Stones. Somebody could have been raised like their father or mother could have loved the Rolling Stones, depending on your generation. But I'm just getting like like breaking a wild horse. But it's, of course, as a vegan, I don't condone that. Like, let them run. Stop breeding them. Leave them the fuck alone. Anyway, but yeah, it is kind of like there's something about like taming, but there's a submission of the feminine. But anyway, I'm getting like the pillars of strength here, like the legs to stand on. You're building your own tree house. Anyway, we have the Knight of Cups here. So yes, this King of Cups is sending out the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who's willing to fight for love. But they're graceful with it. It's like this is somebody who does not spill this cup. This isn't someone who's hyper emotional. They're not like, all over themselves. And I do get a sense of sobriety here, or restraint. This is someone who does not, if they have a drink, they are somebody who can moderate themselves. This isn't someone who's hedonistic or gluttonous. Like, this is a very conscious masculine energy. Yes. Four of Wands again. They're coming in. Oh, there she is, the Queen of Cups. She tried to hop back in the deck, but she's clarifying the King of Cups here. They're coming. Two of Wands. They're coming. Clear the fear, because the way I said that sounded a little bit like I feel this a little bit of panic in this feminine, because yes, this feminine wants love. Yes, this feminine is ready for love. Allegedly. In theory. I'm getting in theory, because when it comes in, it's going to be like, oh, now I actually have to do the work of truly submitting. And I feel like if you've been in this Two of Pentacles, yeah, this is balancing, and this always gives me Tombstone as well, so getting that Tombstone. Could be a Scorpio female or feminine. Someone who could have strong Scorpio placements. Six of Wands again, the bottom there. High Priestess. You know this is coming, feminines. So why are you acting surprised? Seven of Swords. It's like, there is a little bit of a guard up with this feminine, but this masculine this is a slow and steady. Slow and steady may not win the race, but it will last the marathon. Right? This isn't a sprinter. And maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody is training for or has done marathons or triathlons, because I'm getting someone who bicycles. I'm getting a bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. Queen. What was his sign? Oh, anyway. Maybe there's something there. 9 of Swords. There's a little bit of anxiety here. That's the holdup with this 2 of Cups and King of Wands. Okay, so the masculines go after what they want. The King of Wands. This is a masculine who goes after what they want. But you're taming. I feel like the feminine is like this wild beast or horse. Horse, not whore. There could be a promiscuous past or something. But it's like all the lessons are learned. With the 4 of Wands presenting twice, all the lessons are learned here. Of course, there will be more lessons, but all the lessons necessary to bring you into this union, into this 2 of Cups, into this soul contract, because this is a soulmate. This is all like soulmatey as heck energy. What in tarnation? Yeah, someone could have like a little bit of like a twang or something, a little accent that's like, what in tarnation? They might have some funny phrases or something. So you could just be from very different places, you know. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Just a city boy born and raised in South Detroit, right? So maybe that, but this has been a journey, nonetheless. Yeah, I'm getting those bands, like hair bands, that kind of like rock, classic rock. Could be something that someone could either play. I'm getting someone could play this. They could play it in their vehicle, right? Like if they pick you up for a date, that could be what's on. Could be like songs from, you know, the Rolling Stones, Journey, like AC/DC. What was the other one that I just got? Queen. You know, something about those could be important. I do want to pull one more. Oh, my other cards are in the back. That's fine. The Chariot. The Chariot and the World. There is possibly some travel involved here, because we're getting the Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Chariot. It's like there is some sort of travel, and I am getting like somebody picking somebody up. So, and it's like it doesn't seem like they're the Sun. Yeah, it's very clear. This is a masculine, very much in their masculine energy. So just sit back, feminines. Sit back and relax. Like, this is a masculine who's like, you can sit down. Let me bring it to you. Let me open your door. Let me open your car door. Let me open the door. You know, like someone who's very old school and chivalrous. That's going to remind you that it's okay. Not only okay, it's what you've always wanted, and it's healthy to be pursued, right? You're not being chased, so you don't have to run, okay? Because I get this like a little bit of like, oh, what do you want from me? It's like, I want you. I want to give to you. And there's this bit of like, wait a minute, what? You want me? Stranger Than Fiction. Pisces and Scorpio as well. So there's that water energy again, where he brings her flowers, but she's a baker. And so, yeah, like this could be a feminine who has their own business, who started their own thing. They're an entrepreneur, And this masculine is coming in like with this humble offering. They've had this sort of like slow, boring life maybe, but and this feminine, there's like a spice to this feminine that's like brings color into their life. This masculine has been looking for this color. Their life has been kind of gray, kind of flat. There's a scene in there where it's being narrated in Stranger Than Fiction, where he's an IRS agent, and so he like goes through these files, and he's like, it's a deep and endless ocean. He's like, I do imagine that it's a deep and endless ocean. Like, he didn't even realize how kind of dead he was inside, and how until there's this impending doom aspect of like, and then he starts to pick up the guitar. Maybe this masculine's always wanted to like do something artistic. They've always wanted to branch out, but they've never, because in all of those films, the masculine acclimates and accommodates to the feminine, and the feminine is kind of like this spark. It brings life into their life. But this is a very solid masculine, and I think for this feminine, you're used to chaos, you're used to instability, so that might be the challenge here. That feels like that's going to be the challenge here, is to go, oh, I actually have always wanted stability, and I'm tired of chaos. Like, I feel exhausted with chaos. It's so last year, right? The year of the snake could have been really big for you. Also scorpionic energy of, I'm done eating my tail. I'm done continuing the cycle. I deserve stable, consistent loyalty. Like, you know, you've just had probably a lot of like, you know, just infidelity, deception, little liars, little punk ass liars. So this is someone who will always tell the truth, even if the truth is difficult or challenges you, especially if it's difficult to challenges you, because that's what unconditional love is. It is always putting the truth first, and then the rest will follow. And the rest will follow. Free your mind. There's some, like, I feel like someone's mind is going to be cracked open like a walnut, and there's a whole universe in there. Okay? The band Spungle has that song Around the World in a Tea Day. So with this world, there's like tea days. You guys could really like tea. You could go out for tea. But around the world in a tea days. And again, tea might be like an alternative, maybe like kava tea or things like that, or kombucha, like an alternative to alcohol or other substances. So I am getting that this is going to be a very grounded, just beautiful love that lasts and stands the test of time and all that good stuff that you're here for. So this is the one. This is the one. All right, collective Aries, I hope there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well.